There it goes. No. It's doing that thing where it's counting down.
Now we're streaming on YouTube. I think we are live streaming live. Hey, everybody. We'll wait a few minutes for people to join now that we've
there it goes.
Gone live.
No. It's doing that thing where it's counting down. Is that me?
I didn't have it muted.
Okay. I was pretty sure I clicked mute.
No, but I did not.
Got it.
All right, so we'll give people a few minutes to join in before we start talking about the fun things. The fun things. I should make a little list of all the things I wanted to talk about. You'd think I would have done that earlier, but no. I was gone. I was doing things away from home. And can I just complain that it was 101 today? Oh,
was that
and
with the heat index? Is that with
wind?
Is that with the heat index or without?
That's what my car said. So without.
When with the humidity here, so like 95 could mean 102 with the
yeah. No, we don't really have humidity.
Right now it's 85, feels like 97 because of that.
Yep. It's supposed to get up to like 95, I think, tomorrow and the next couple of days, but with the humidity, it'll be
that's yucky.
It's a sticky heat.
Yay! Catherine's joining us from Virginia. Fantastic. So people will log in here slowly and we'll start talking about the fun stuff aside from the weather. Oh. Carol's here. Fantastic, from Seattle. Carol's one of our patrons. Welcome. Good.
Find us.
No?
Oh, Lynn. Yay. Lynn's here from Minnesota. Yeah, 101's nasty, but it's not humid. But we had this hot south wind, and that's gross because it's also bringing up the smoke from the fires in Colorado. So it's super hazy and disgusting. Yeah. Susan's here from Thermopolis, Wyoming. Welcome. Yay. Savannah, Georgia. Yeah, hot, humid in Georgia, I'm sure. Yuck. You know, summer is my least favorite time of the year. I just don't like it. I love my garden, but if it wasn't for the garden, I'd like move to Iceland or something. I mean, I hate it. Hi, Cynthia. Glad you could join us.
I like summer nights. I like when everything is dark and you can just hear like the crickets and all that. I like the way the stillness in the summer.
Yes.
I love summer.
Coral is from windy Queensland, Australia. Coral, what time is it in Australia? I'm guessing it's probably like 8 in the morning there, 9 in the morning. Oh my gosh, Veronica's Gulf Coast of Alabama. Are you fixing to get hit with a hurricane? Or is that on the other side? I haven't really paid attention to the news lately. Isn't there a couple of tropical storms spinning toward the Gulf?
Yeah, it's some crazy thing. Like it has a name when there's two of them.
And they're supposed to both hit at once.
Isn't it Fujiwara effect, or did I just make that up?
You might have made that up.
I really think that's what it's called. Can anyone?
Oh, hello from Michigan. And I'll say it. Oh, I've said there is nothing like Michigan in the summer. Oh my gosh. We're about 10 hours away, but we
it's called Fujiwara.
Yay! Type that word in the chat so people can Google it if they want. Fuji something. Yeah. Michigan in the summer is the best, you were saying.
It is. I just got 20 pounds of Michigan blueberries delivered to my house. Tastes
what are you
like
gonna
candy.
Do? Are you gonna freeze them? Are you going to?
We freeze, we eat some, and then we eat till our bellies are full, and then we freeze the rest, and we have all sorts of good blueberry things the rest of the year.
Cool.
I hate blueberries.
Cool.
I remembered this year.
She always is like, do you want some blueberries? No, I hate them.
I didn't ask this year. I remembered, finally.
That's
I didn't
hilarious.
try to pawn off any blueberry jam.
She's all frantic. I hate blueberries.
I do. I don't like blueberries at all.
That's so
it's like
funny.
the one fruit that I like really can't stand. There's one fruit and one vegetable that I just hate.
What's the other? What's
and it's blueberries and peas.
Oh yeah, I remember the peas.
I don't like peas either. I love blueberries. Yeah. So Knotted Rose, hello from Alaska. See, I could live in Alaska. except the mosquitoes are horrendous.
In Alaska?
Alaska. Yeah, big mosquitoes when it finally thaws. Oh, yeah.
Seriously?
Oh, yes. The knotted rose will tell us, I'm sure.
I would have never
Serious
thought that.
mosquitoes.
No, I would think that the cold would kill them. Like in the Midwest, if you get a mild summer.
Well, yeah, I
decent
know.
next
The
year is
cold kills
miserable.
them, but then when the thaw comes, it's huge. Yeah.
Huh.
Yep, Coral.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was wrong. It's 10 o'clock in the morning in Queensland, Australia at the moment. Yes. Okay. Veronica's, yes, they're fixing to have the storms, but more Louisiana than Alabama. Okay. Susan says the trees are starting to turn. Yep. Getting cooler in the PNW. Fantastic. Blueberries. Oh, Lynn says Blueberries for Sale by Robert McCloskey, a book I checked out from the Bookmobile over and over. I remember the Bookmobile.
Caldecott. It went.
You remember the Bookmobile?
Oh yeah, that was the best.
Loved it. When we lived in Utah, when I was in 4th grade, the Bookmobile would come to a church that was down a country road, and it was like 6 miles away. And we would ride our bikes to the Bookmobile with our empty backpacks.
Yes.
On our bikes. And this was, you have to understand, this was in the 70s. So my bike was like single speed, big handlebars, banana seat. Like, yeah, the banana seat and the big handlebars.
So
and
you
like
could get 2 people on. You could get 2 people on the
Yes.
banana seat. Somebody
Yeah,
in the
but my
front,
sisters
somebody in the
didn't
back.
like me that much, so we didn't ride it. No.
And then the person in the front would put their feet up on the bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the person in the back, like it really had to work at balancing and pedaling.
Or if you had the big handlebars like this, then the little kids could sit in the
You could
handlebars.
sit on the handle. Oh gosh,
Yeah.
I remember that. I
But,
remember.
you know,
sitting on the bar.
6 miles is a long way to be doing that. Your bum
Yeah.
would hurt. Totally. Anyhow.
I can
Bookmobile.
relate to this
Love the
now.
Bookmobile. Yes. Yeah. Pterodactyl mosquitoes. They carry kids off. That's what they say about the mosquitoes in Alaska. They're massive. You got to wear head nets to go fishing and stuff. Yeah. Right.
Wow.
Okay. Safety training is not really safety training. Her is Jill Lyons from Southern Illinois. Hi, ladies.
Yay.
Excellent. Okay. Moni Dawson says, I love cold weather, but certain age, all of us have our personal. Yes, I have personal summer. It makes me cranky. And, you know, beer makes it worse. But here I am. Oh, I know. Cool. Okay. So BJ Paul says hello from Connecticut. Yep. Awesome. You guys have had some warm-ish weather lately as well. So we have horrid weather for the rest of the week. It's supposed to cool off by Friday-ish. And then I think Sunday, it's only supposed to get to like 80. And then next week is upper 70s, lower 80s. And I'm like, finally. I really dislike summer, except for the garden. I haven't started really with the tomatoes yet. I'll get there. I have 120-ish tomato plants. So canning will commence. We've been researching freeze dryers. I might do that. It would be a considerable investment, but it might be worth it for all the food that we have in the garden that needs to be dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot find a canning lid to save your life right now. Oh my word. Oh no, it's like the COVID pandemic gardening season. Holy smokes, you can't even finally find a box of canning lids.
Oh, that's not the case here. I could mail you some.
I think I ordered enough, but oh my word. Really? Because
Yeah, we have
it's a
10.
problem.
I literally just looked at the store the other day because I got some.
Huh. Maybe there's not as many gardeners there? I don't know. People are nuts. I don't know. Let's talk about knitting. What are you working on, Jill?
Yay. I have been doing a lot. I'll show you what I did.
Yes.
So after I finished my cart, have I shown these?
Mm-mm.
Yay!
Yay! Who ever thought I would see the day when felted clogs would be a palate cleanser?
Yes.
Yay!
Because that's
And
how
they
you
look
first,
right.
I mean, some of our viewers may not know this. That's how you first found me, was the felted clog videos from 3 years ago.
It
Yes.
is.
I was thinking maybe we should have an
absolutely love
updated
them.
version. Maybe we should do an updated knit along with felted clogs.
Yes.
Because those were some of the very first videos I did, and they're kind of bad.
No, don't take them down. I
Oh,
rely
I
on
wouldn't. No. I wouldn't take them down. I wouldn't take them down. I'm just saying we could like update.
I do. Oh, I absolutely love them. I still watch them to put on my second soul. So I did those. My sister-in-law has a birthday.
Nice.
And yeah.
And just for viewers, those are not finished. They have not been felted yet. So if you don't know what she's talking about, it's the felted clog pattern by Bev Galaskis. Anyway, it's a fiber trends pattern. You can look for it on Ravelry. Felted clogs. It is not free, but I've made over 30 pairs. It's well worth the $7 or whatever it is for the pattern. It's well worth it. So those are fantastic. Anyway, but she's knitted those and they'll felt down like a good 30%. They'll mash and shrink and felt.
Yep.
So
I am waiting. I'm going to give them to her like this. And then I know she'll be all freaked out. Then I can measure her feet and then I can.
Will she watch this? Is it supposed to be a surprise?
She will not. No, she will not see this. So it is a surprise.
Okay.
I don't think.
Cool. Oh, Elizabeth is joining us from Ontario, Canada. Fantastic. So you just finished that pair of felted clogs.
Yep, finished the pair of felted clogs. And then I did something. I was doing something for my mom for Christmas. I did oh my gosh, I'll have to look it up. Holy cow. These are Tin Can Knits World's Simplest Mittens.
And I have a video for those. We did those.
But they are not the world's simplest thumbs. So the thumbs are still undone.
That's all right. You just need to pick them up and go.
I need to go see Lindsay.
You need to just watch the video.
I do need to watch the video so I can finish the thumbs. And then the braid, I will look it up while somebody else is talking.
I think it's braided cable.
That's what I think it is too. I think it's a braided cable.
Headband.
So, yep.
Look how cute.
My mom does not wear hats. So these are for my mom for Christmas. So I'm trying to do some of that now. Yeah.
Nice. Look at you planning ahead.
I know. And then I have a cousin who just had a baby. So I'm making, I have a baby hat and a matching mama hat.
Oh.
How's your hat?
Show the pattern. That's the Tchaikovsky something hat.
Yep, the Tchaikovsky hat. Yep. So this is the baby hat.
Look how cute. Hold it closer to your computer. It's so cute with the little bumps. Oh. And what yarn did you use? You know I'm going to ask you that.
Yes, this is, I had the label right here. It's called Trendsetter Yarns. It's from my local yarn store.
Nice. Merino.
It's a superwash merino. Nice. And then the mama hat, I am close.
Yeah, you are.
Close on. And then I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put pom-poms on them. And my favorite pom-poms are from an Etsy shop called Minnie Marie Company. I love her poms.
Oh, I love that. Now
that cracks me up with the pom-poms like almost as big as the hat.
It is. And I can't decide between that one or the ones with like the...
No, I do the plain white.
Plain white? Okay. Okay.
Okay, Elizabeth said, see, I wasn't brave enough to try to pronounce that. So she's telling me phonetically, I think. Elizabeth, I'll try. Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario? So or Sue?
I would guess Sue based on how she said that.
Sault Ste. Marie. Because look up the chat. It's
well, I understand that, but
French.
SOO would not be so, right?
I don't know.
I think it's Sue.
Is it Sue or so? So Elizabeth, is it like Sue, like SUE, like the name, or so, like SOOOO? Like a long O. She'll tell me. Vicky says hi from Paw Paw, Michigan.
Yay.
Glad something ought you live. I don't know what we're saying here. Okay.
Glad I caught you live.
Glad I caught you live.
Oh, caught you live, derp. Okay.
I used to teach second grade.
There you go. So you're good at figuring out when you have the autocorrect. Ray. Hi, Ray. Good to see you. Oh, Sue St. Marie. So I was right. Sue, or you were right. Whatever. It's Sault Ste. Marie. Thank you.
Right.
For that. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm not really good with French-ish names. That's why I didn't try it the first time. Oh.
I don't remember very much French. What language did you take, Lindsay, in high school?
Spanish. A spundle.
Me too. Oh, so one of my daughters has an Italian biology teacher, and he has an Italian accent, and he speaks really fast. So like you really have to pay attention in his class. But his name is Fabrizio. That's his first name. Yeah.
Fancy.
He's cute too. And my daughter's like, oh, Mom! And I'm like, well. Ah, it's funny. Anyway. Oh, hi from Kansas. Hi from Charlotte, North Carolina. Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
Nice.
Greenfield, Tennessee. Cool. All right. Are you working on anything else besides your tea, Jill?
Oh, I'm working on that mama hat. We go to see the mama on Saturday. So
Nice.
get that done.
Yay.
So
Remember when you didn't think you'd have enough time to finish the hat?
I know.
Bill texted me like this long explanation of all the things that she had to do. And she was like, at this rate, I probably won't be able to start the hat until Thursday. And then do you think I can get it done in like 9 days? And guess what? She started the hat on Tuesday because the things that she thought were going to take her 4 days took her one.
I know. I didn't cook or clean or.
Who cares? Your kid's still 8.
I'm home.
Your kids can help with the cooking and cleaning. I mean, come on. Right? Knitting is priority here, people.
Yes.
When I have a deadline, my house is my house is trashed anyway, because we live on a farm and we're messy. We're just messy. I have no excuse. We're just messy, cluttered people. At some point you just stop making excuses and you just own that that's how it is. You just own it. We're cluttered people. Yeah.
We have things to do. We have things to knit.
And I don't care that much if I'm a cluttered person. It's fine. It is refreshing when sometimes there's a countertop that you can actually see. That's refreshing. It is, but truthfully, it doesn't happen that often. Unless there's like company and then we have to do the scoop and hide operation. But then if you scoop and hide, you can't find anything anymore.
Right.
Carolyn Cole says, Jill, what's the name of the pattern of the cabled headband?
Oh,
We think it's the braided cable headband, but Jill's going to confirm that. And
I
maybe one of us is fast enough to put a link in the chat. So, yeah, I knew Lindsay would do that. Thank you. Because you're faster at finding these things than I am. Right. So they'll find it. Cool. It is so hot.
woven. It's the woven cable headband by Priscilla Ulloho.
I found it.
There we go.
Ulloho.
Aren't those pretty?
Those are beautiful.
It calls
And remember when you wouldn't do cables, you're like, no, can't do that. And I'm like, yes, you can.
Oh, and it's a free pattern.
Nice.
calls for an Aran weight yarn. I didn't have that, so I just used a worsted and it turned out okay. I think it'd be thicker. I think it'd be.
It would, and the
Nice
Aran might change your sizing a little bit, but you know, unless you're knitting it for somebody with a large-ish head, you are probably fine.
Yep.
And you know, I'm always going to tell you to swatch to check your gauge, but I realized you maybe didn't with a headband. But you know,
I can't remember if I
You
did or not because I used the worsted. I remember the first headband I ever made.
Lindsay's like, no.
You did.
I didn't ever swatch, and it was just like a plain one in stockinette, and I looked like a war victim. Like instead of it like covering my ears, it covered almost my entire head with just this little part out. I looked like I had a
Oh, and the June hat. Or
yeah. Yeah, the very first hat I ever made came down to here.
But I did that one time. I told you about that hat. Maybe I didn't. At some point on some video somewhere when I've talked about gauge or swatching, I talked about a hat I made for my nephew. And my nephew is a big kid. And well, he was a teenager at the time. He's a grown up now. But at the time he was a teenager and he was in his like surfer dude phase. So he's probably like 14 or something. And I made him this color work hat. It had like waves. It had this cool wave thing and it was color work. And it was giant. I mean, when I put it on, it totally came down past my nose. It was ridiculous. And I sent it to him anyway, and it was hilarious. It was just hilarious. So Cindy Hayden says, I like the scoop and hide method of cleaning. Always a nice surprise when I find stuff 6 months later. I know. We'll be like cleaning off the counter. Oh, that's where that was. Oh, there's the missing Monopoly card from last Christmas.
That's fine.
Oh, for sure.
No.
Okay, I might be exaggerating a little. It's maybe not that bad, but sometimes it depends.
I'll have to post
That's
a
what's
picture in the group later when I find it. It's awesome.
It depends what's going on. We went camping. We came home. We were gone for 5 days. We came home. And then there's always the travel explosion, right? Where all the stuff gets dumped from the camper or from the backpacks or whatever it is, or the suitcases. And it's got to be lined up in the hall waiting for the laundry, waiting for its turn in the laundry queue. And it just, I don't know. It just seems to take a while to put all the stuff away.
Yes.
It takes longer to put it all away than it did to pack it. That is for sure.
And doesn't it expand too?
Yes, like bunnies. I swear. Oh, Lindsay, what are you knitting?
I'm working on my fade again.
I would love to knit another one. Oh, there. Wait, do that again. Do that again. And I'll make you big. Should I make you big? Wait, let's make Lindsay big. Can I do that? Wait, even though we're live streaming? Because I want to see that. Oh, okay. Let us see the color.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yes. I want to make another one. Maybe we should do that. But the problem with the find your fade is that, well, it's not a problem at all. Okay, so here's what show me what else you're knitting, and then I'll stop interrupting
I'll show you what
myself.
I have knitted this week. We have another Tchaikovsky hat. This is baby, big sister, and mama.
Yes.
And then she's also getting.
Oh, this is so pretty.
Oh, should I make you big again? Of course. Oh, the baby blanket.
Yes.
I hope she doesn't watch this, but you know, she probably she's not a knitter. Okay.
No.
And you were talking about this at knit night. Tell everybody what that stitch is like. I mean, you just like knit purl every third row or something?
Yeah, every third row.
Okay. Okay. Nice. I mean, that's enough. That's good TV knitting, but it's enough to keep you interested. It's not a super.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, she'll get blanket, baby hat, big sister hat, mama hat. Those will be blocked, and then they'll go to my friend.
Their new home.
That was our joke this week because she knit 2 hats. In the time that it took me to do the ribbing on this, she had 2 hats done.
Yes, Catherine, it is like the composer. Correct. It's on Ravelry that way. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Miranda says, I'm not really good at unpacking my suitcase until I actually need the suitcase again. Yeah, been there. My backpack is kind of like that between trips, backpacking trips. Like actual backpacking, not just like going to town, but you know, backpacking for real with your tent and your sleeping bag and stuff. I know. And then I find stuff in there I forgot about, like a smashed granola bar. Or like one of those Gatorade energy gummy things, right? And then by then it's disgusting. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, I hate to even admit this. I found a banana in the bottom of my purse and it'd been there like a really long time. That's disgusting. I had to turn the line. I'm so gross. I had to turn the lining inside out and put the lining in the sink and like wash it for real with soap and everything without getting the outside of the bag wet, you know?
It could happen easily. No, seriously.
I can't even blame my children. It was me. I can't even blame my kids.
I grabbed a banana like last week on the way to work, stuck it in my purse, forgot it was there. I found it like the next day, but I'm like, oh my gosh, how could I lose a banana in my purse? So it's funny that you say that.
Well, my one bag is pretty large because, you know, I want to be able to shove knitting in there too. So the banana kind of just works its way up, like to the bottom. That's disgusting. That was too much information. I'm sorry. Oh, anyway. Okay. So I did think about the Find Your Fade for our next knit along. It is not a free pattern, but I just loved it so much. But the problem with doing that for a knit along is that, what's that?
That's a lot of yarn.
It is a lot of yarn. Like it would take people a long time. And a lot of it's like, you know, you do the eyelet section and then you do the lace section and then the garter stick section. Once you learn how to do those two, then it's just knitting it. And it's just time to complete it. So it's not super difficult, but it can be, it's something that you gotta follow through with, and it's like 1,600 yards of fingering, but it's wonderful. It's a wonderful big old wrap. I loved it. I want to make another one. Loved it. But it would take people quite some time. So here's the thing. I want to talk about what could we do for a knit along in September. So that's coming right up. That would be only like 3-ish videos.
Remember the very September.
Keep going.
No.
No. So the felted clogs might be fun to do an updated version of that.
The felted clogs would be fun.
It is not a free pattern, but you know, so those videos would be technique videos. I'm not going to go through the pattern step by step because it's a paid for pattern and we respect the designers on that. But it would be like we did before in like 3 years ago, where I'm just going to show you how to wrap and turn. I'm going to show you how to attach the sole. Veronica says, tell us about knit night. Oh, okay. We have knit nights. Well, okay, let me not interrupt myself and remind me, and I'll tell you about knit night in a minute. So the felted clogs, I would just show you the techniques involved. I wouldn't walk you through the pattern specifically because I don't want people to be able to knit the pattern off the videos without buying the pattern. That would not be respectful to the designer or copyright law. So I would just show like, here's how you wrap and turn. Here's how you knit two together and bind off all in the same whack. You know what I mean? Things like that. And then here's how you felt it. So we could do that. A sweater with a color yoke, I cannot do in a month. That would take more than 3 videos. And I'll tell you why it needs to be only the September, because I have another knit along plan to begin October, the first part of October. Coral Beckwith says, I have an annoyingly efficient daughter. She has a party with 17 tweens and teens. She owns 4 of them, had them day and overnight with an hour. Okay, well, oh, wow. Within an hour of the last one leaving the house is spotless. Well, that'd be fantastic. Wow. Good
My
kid.
mom's that way.
Cleans up after her own party. That's awesome. Is the pattern on Ravelry?
I'll get it.
Oh, yeah. The felted clogs. Yeah, you can look. That's not where you download it, but that's where you can look at it and then be directed to the Fiber Trends website for download. So yes. Okay. Yeah. So Julie, what the deal is I have a knit along plan to begin in the first week of October. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So I wanted to do something shorter that would just be, you know, for the month of September. So like 3 weeks-ish. And it can be more than 3 videos. That's fine. I can do 2 videos a week, potentially, depending on how complicated things are. Yeah. So the first week of September, we'll do block 20 of Nora's Vintage Afghan. Block 20. And then in September, we'll assemble. And then, so the rest of September would be our short knit along until we start the next project in October. So that's why I wondered about, you know, something kind of shorter, like a hat or the clogs. We could do a colorwork hat. Anybody want to do that?
We've done enough colorwork hats.
We have done colorwork hats. That's true. So, but not a free pattern colorwork hat.
True.
But you're right. But we could do the felted clogs. We haven't done that in a long time. It's been, and I need to make some. So that selfishly, I'm like, well, yeah, because I need to make some anyway. Yeah. I have somebody that, well, you said it was the best principal gift ever. So yeah. So it would be cool to make, I don't think our principal for school, I don't think she'll watch this. So I guess I'll say that. I want to make some for our principal. Sorry about the dog barking. Someone came in that shouldn't have. I knew that would happen. As soon as we live stream, someone gets disruptive. Hey, from New Zealand. I'm assuming, let me see, Odile. I'm going to say that's Odile Lizowski. Hopefully I didn't murder your name. Sorry. Yes, clogs would be fun, and Christmas is coming. And I already have the yarn, all the yarn for the clogs. I don't have to order anything. So my mom decides she's getting back into spinning and weaving. She's always been into spinning. She keeps bringing me hand spun, so that makes me happy. but she wants to get back into weaving. So then she's like, well, I have all this yarn I could just bring to you because I need more room for like the stuff I'm going to spin, and I want to set up my loom and all this. So I'm like, yeah, okay. She brings me two like the old school paper grocery sacks full of like Lion brand, you know, feltable Lamb's Pride. Not Lion Brand, Lamb's Pride, Brown Sheep Company, Lamb's Pride. She brings me these bags of this. And she goes, I don't even know why I have all this. And I'm like, yay. So I need to make her some clogs because I told her I'd make her some for bringing me all this yarn. And then I want to make some for the principal because she's awesome. Yeah. And we love her. So Caroline, I hope you're not watching. I just blew my surprise if you are, but I can't imagine she would be. So she's not a knitter. Okay. Jenny Ball from Australia says, what time is it over there? It is 6:33 Mountain Time. That's the same as Denver.
7:33.
7:33 for Lindsay and Jill on Sunday. So in Australia, it's like Monday morning. You're coming to me from the future. Right. So we'll consider that. Everybody seems to like the felted clog idea so far.
That would be fun.
It would be. And that's fast enough. Like I could conceivably pound out some videos for that and it wouldn't be terribly taxing. Because soon garden harvest will be underway, and then there's that. Oh my word. Yeah. I've already done my beans. What's that?
Number one, be good to yourself during canning season. And number two, I saw dilly beans today for the first time ever because we talked about that one other time. Yep, saw them.
It's lunchtime on Monday. It's Monday lunchtime in New Zealand.
Oh wow.
Okay, and in certain parts of Australia, it's 10:30 Monday morning. Oh my gosh, the Wonky Warrior Knit and Crochet Crafts in Scotland says it's 1:34 a.m. on Monday. You are not sleeping. Aren't you supposed to be sleeping? I mean, I'm glad you're here, don't get me wrong, but wow. You're going to be hating it tomorrow. Unless, of course, you have a swing shift kind of a job, night job, and this is your normal time to be awake. In that case, I'm not your mother. I'm sorry for saying anything.
Now, I will say, how many of us have been up at 1:30 a.m. knitting?
Yes. Of
True.
course we have.
More fun with friends.
Okay, so let me answer Veronica's question from a while ago about knit night. So we hold knit night. We have patron knit nights. So you all know that I'm on Patreon, and Lindsay could maybe get you the link, or I can type it in there. But it's patreon.com/Purl together. So it's kind of like your local public radio station or whatever, where you pledge a small dollar amount per month in trade for some benefits. You can head over there and check that out. But thank you, Lindsay. But one of the benefits to becoming a patron is that we have patron knit night, where it's a Zoom thing like we're doing now with Lindsay and Jill, and we just visit and knit. And we do those periodically throughout the month at certain levels of patronage. So check that out. That's what the deal is with knit night. So there's different tiers of support. And sometimes on a rare occasion, we'll have all patron knit together. And I want to figure out when I can do that at a time where more of our international patrons can join, like Erica and Jenny and people from Australia or whatever can, like it would be evening for me, but it's morning for you. But maybe, I'm not sure how to do that for the Europeans, because then like the Wonky Warrior knit, it's the middle of the night in Europe. If it's evening for me and it's morning in Australia, it's the middle of the night in Europe. So maybe I'll just have to schedule more than one, so whoever can show up can show up. You know what I mean? Because that would be fun to have all patron international knit night, knitting afternoon, knit together. That's what we'll call it. Because we don't know if it's morning or not. Right. So what I want to do, speaking of patrons, we are having an online retreat for patrons in the first week in October. We may open that, depending on how many spots are filled up. I may have a very small handful of spots open for the online event. I will know more this coming week. But nevertheless, even if you're not going to be in the live online event, because that's reserved for patrons, I want to have a knit along for the rest of the group after we have our patron weekend. Then I want to have a knit along with the same pattern for the rest of the group. So we'll talk about that for a minute. That's going to be the Lovella shawl by Amba O'Brien. So that's Lovella, Lovella. That's what we are going to be working on. And that will be a public knit along after our patron event. And I will have, don't start it now because I will have a discount code for the pattern. It's not a free pattern, but I will have a discount code for everybody later. So yay, you can look forward to that. But that's going to start this first full week of October. So I wanted to do something in September to do something fun. Yay, it's finally cooling off and becoming fall. Or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, yay, it's getting warmer for you.
Do you want me to share that pattern in the chat so people can look at it or no?
People can look at it. Yeah, you can go. Yeah, sure. Lindsay can get you the link, but don't buy it yet because I'll have a code for you. But sure, you can look at it, but don't buy it yet, full price. Just saying, unless you want to. I mean, lots of people like to knit ahead, and that's up to you. But if you wait, I'll have a coupon. I'll have a code for a discount. Just saying. Right. So that'll be lots of fun. Yeah. Okay. So if you have other ideas for a knit along in September, I'm leaning toward the felted clog, but I'm certainly open to suggestions. Right. And we would probably just do a quick little knit along with that and have, you know, have some chat going on with that and a few videos just for techniques. And yeah. Lindsay, have you done clogs before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I know Jill's made a ton. I just couldn't recall if you had or not.
Yep. I've done quite a few pair.
Yeah, and that pattern comes in kid sizes too.
I've done the kid my daughter one.
Yay.
Yep. She and my daughter had matching clogs.
Miranda says Lindsay's the boss at linking patterns. Yes, she is. And I want to give a shout out to Miranda too, because she did a ton
Miranda's
of
the
work.
boss at being a
Miranda's
moderator.
the boss at being the group moderator on Facebook. Just saying. I was in camping and messing about with no cell service for like 5 days. There was moose that went through the campground and I was not here at all.
And Lindsay, I was crazy busy at work.
Had a crazy busy work week, and Miranda like handled it all. Yes. So sorry about the barking dog. Come here. He needs to go under my desk and be quiet. Good grief.
I'm surprised my dog's not barking back at him.
He's just being naughty, and he was harassing the cat. Poor Peanut. Peanut swiped him back though. Oh, okay. So if you're interested in looking at that, I am knitting a sample of that Lovella shawl, and it's stripy goodness in the beginning. Yes, 2 colors, one, and then I'm moving to the solid color section, as you can tell here.
So pretty.
So it takes 3 skeins of DK, so it'll be nice for winter. And so that's roughly 750 yards. So you'd want 2 skeins of your solid and then 1 skein of contrasting. So, right, that's fun. Okay, people would love to do clogs, it sounds like.
People would love to do clogs. Look at that.
Odile from New Zealand says, with you, I am improving my English and my knitting. Great.
Aww.
You're welcome. Merci. Okay, so you speak French, but you live in New Zealand. That's cool and interesting. Nice.
I'm going to weave in some ends while
Weave in ends while we're chatting, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm knitting that. Ooh, you guys can give me suggestions. How about that? I have 3 skeins of this new yarn that I'll be reviewing. It was sent to me, and I'm pretty happy about it. And it's squishy and lovely. 3 skeins of this.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yes.
It is.
This is Manos del Uruguay, Alegoria Grande. And this is worsted. And I have 3 skeins of this, so it's just shy of 600 yards. Each skein is 197 yards. Give me your suggestions, what you would like to see with this. So it's not quite big enough for a wrap. 600 yards of worsted. I mean, that'd be pretty. I'm not into scarves really because Coral Beckwith from Australia said you had a salted peanut. My dog was harassing the cat, so he was assaulted. I got it. You're witty. That's, yeah.
Salted peanut.
So, right. So I need suggestions. This is superwash. It is merino and nylon. It is a superwash. So I mean, I could make worsted weight winter boot socks. I could, but I knit a lot of socks, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to make socks. I mean, it's so soft. I want to make something.
Do you have any new babies coming?
Yeah, you could do this blanket.
Oh, not in my house.
No, I did not. I mean that. Like a baby that.
I mean, I am old enough to be a grandmother, but let's just wait on that.
Like a baby that you would be knitting for, rather.
Oh, yeah. We have our moderator.
Oh.
There's an idea.
And this is a fun blanket to knit.
Oh. Jenny says maybe a cowl. Yeah.
Very squishy.
I love
a hoodie scarf thing. Oh, I've seen those hoodie scarf things. A hoodie with a scarf that has the pockets on the end. Ooh, there's one. I got to find it on Ravelry. And I might not be calling it the right thing. There was one I saw called a reader's wrap. So it was like wider than your average scarf, but it had these pockety things at the bottom. Have you seen that?
No.
Don't you put your hands in them?
Yeah. A hat and fingerless gloves. Yeah. Mosaic. Yeah, Odile, the mosaic cowl would look cool if I had a contrasting color, but I have 3 skeins of all the same color. And I'm not sure, I don't know if I have anything that would mix well with this, but that would be cool. Mosaic something. If I have another skein to, I wonder how this would go with like the, ooh.
Oh, that's pretty.
Ooh, I have 2 skeins of these. Oh. I have too much stuff falling off my shelf. I have 2 of these.
That's pretty.
These are Malabrigo Rios in the color called Sand.
Sandbank?
Yes. Look at us. Okay. I'll have to go, ooh, that's a good idea. I could make another one of the shawls I'm making now. Or, I don't know. Because if I did that, oh my gosh, I would have like, I'd have almost 1,000 yards. That makes me happy. Oh, now I have to go back to Ravelry. I mean, I could just like fall off the deep end and then before you know it, it's midnight.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Do you guys ever do that? Just sit there and surf patterns and be like, ooh, advanced search, and you put in all the things you have and 2 colors and 1,000 yards and bam. And then you get like 87 pages and you're like, oh, I have to see them all. And before you know it, Cowboys and Angels shawl with both colors.
I love the Cowboys and Angels shawl.
What?
Somebody love that one.
We've looked at that one together.
Isn't Cowboys and Angels Isabel Kramer?
Uh-huh.
I love, and she has a beautiful new sweater pattern out. It's like #2 on Hot Patterns right now in Ravelry, but that one's fingering. Yeah, I like Cowboys and Angels.
So do I need my screen and share my screen and show everyone what Julie's talking about?
I just sent it.
Well, I know, but I don't want to click off the, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Hold on, I'll look it up on my phone while you guys talk. I'll find it and show it.
Or, you know what? Maybe I'll just share my screen.
Yeah, just share your screen. It'll be prettier.
Okay, let's do that so everyone can see all the crap that I have open. That would be bad, but I'm going to do it anyway. Where is my Ravelry? I have too much stuff going.
Why don't you just click the link that
I should have
put in the chat.
I'm not that smart, clearly. Or I didn't think of it at the time. Okay, Cowboys and Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like it.
That's such a Wyoming thing to wear. How would I do that with 2 colors?
So I bet there's projects that have done it with 2 colors.
Okay, project.
Oh yeah, there are.
Projects. Let's go advanced. Look at people getting a clue to how to do this. Okay, then you scroll down on the left side and you can tell it to tell you colors used. There's 21 people that did 2 colors. Let's see. Oh. That's interesting.
Ooh, I like that one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That one.
Yep. Cool. All right. Okay, so we see how that works. Wow.
And a superwash merino blooms so much, it might be a little more generous than what
Julie,
they
thanks for the
did.
suggestion. That was a great suggestion.
Yeah.
Thanks, Julie. Right. Huh. Interesting. I just want to knit another fade, but it takes so long. But I have all this fingering yarn. Oh my gosh. In our Patron group, Carolyn linked me to this Etsy shop, and now I can't think what it was, but I'll put it in the comments
what
when
you're
I
talking
find it.
about.
They have these fade kits that are full skeins. So it's a ridiculous amount of yarn, and it's beautiful. It's an indie dyer. Love it. Wow.
I am on section 11 of 13. It's a lace
I'm on
one.
12.
Oh, you're so close.
Well, you can look at my Ravelry projects if you want to see the one I already did. I loved it.
Oh, I have a knitting question.
Okay.
Since we're on a knitting podcast.
Yeah, let's do that since I'm rambling on about nothing.
So I am currently weaving in ends, and then I'm going to block this blanket. Do you usually weave in and then block, or block and then weave in, and why?
Okay, I prefer to block first and then weave in because, as Jill said, many yarns will bloom and things grow. And especially if it's a lace shawl, like we're talking about the Find Your Fade that has those lace sections, and those things are going to stretch out and pin open so that it dries and the eyelets are open. No, I know, but I'm just saying in general, I block first because things grow, and you're going to press that into shape so that it's the correct rectangle or square shape that it is.
Right.
If you weave in your ends first, how do you know they're not going to pop out when you press it?
I'll just cut them.
I'm just saying that's why I do it that way.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yep. I prefer to block first, then weave in my ends.
I've always woven in and then blocked.
Okay. How come?
Because I thought that's how you were supposed to do it.
Okay.
Because it always says weave in your ends and then block on the patterns.
But it doesn't tell you why. So I like to know what ask me why.
I blindly follow. We know that. You know that.
You blindly follow the instructions.
Yes.
We are rule followers.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Well, I am too, to a point, until I decide I'm the boss. And if I find a reason to do something different, then I will.
Okay, this is ready to be blocked.
It's so cute.
I wish you could see how pretty the color is.
Is it like a peach?
It's called almond.
Okay.
And it's like a variegated pink, light pink, whitey. It's so pretty.
Yeah. So Miranda says I weave in and then block. So when it's done blocking, it's done.
Exactly.
Okay. The only thing and that totally makes sense to me. The only thing I would say then is don't be chintzy about your ends. Like weave in several inches. So if it does pop out, you know what I mean? If you only weave in like a teeny bit and then it pops out, then you're going to be cutting it like super short. So weave in enough of a tail that's, 2, 3, 4 inches so that if it does pop out, you can trim it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know people that only weave in like an inch worth and then they block it, especially if it's lace and they're pinning something out to open up the eyelets or open up the yarn overs. And then it pops out and then they don't have anything to cut because it's a super short tail to start with. Right. So that would be my only thing about that. But yes, Miranda leaves long ends. So there, that's great. Perfect. Yeah. I'm excited to go search Ravelry for shawls, but I have 2 little family knit alongs I'm behind on. So my one daughter did the Celtic Myths shawl where you have this stockinette crescent shaped shawl, and then you have the Celtic border that's knitted on perpendicularly as you go. So she did that, and it won purple rosette at State Fair. So that's awesome. But we were doing a knit along with that, but she got done before me and I have too much to do. So I have to finish my version of that we were knitting together. And then my other daughter has started a poncho that has a cable on down the hood and then down the side. And it's this big poncho. And we were going to knit that together, but I haven't even started yet. So it's not really a knit along. It's mostly you do it first and then I do it maybe. Oh, It's a mom's behind knitting project. Yeah. Okay, Elizabeth says instructions are suggestions if you have used the pattern before. Yes, that is true.
Not if you're me.
Not if you're a follower like Lindsay.
Hey, Jill, she weaves in long because she's afraid it's going to come unraveled.
And
Girl,
if
after
Jill
my
feels
own
the same
heart.
way.
And it might. If you
Mhm.
pluck it, it could. So
Not the spot where Jill leaves her long ends.
yeah, Catherine says the same thing. I weave in long bits because I'm always afraid it'll come undone.
It's real. The fear
Well,
is real, people.
when you're, and I will also say, when you're doing Fair Isle, I block first when I do Fair Isle. So not everybody does.
You weave in first?
No, I usually block first and then I weave in after.
So
Because
that's no different than how you normally do it.
Right. Right.
Okay. I thought you were trying to say you did it differently at some point, but
No,
you just
sorry.
don't do it the same
Sorry.
way.
Oh, Veronica, I'm gonna have to ask my daughter what her poncho is called. I don't remember. I don't want to yell across the house at the moment, but I will find out and I will let you know in the comments or in the like Facebook group, because I'm pretty sure you're in there too. I recognize your name. So right. Fun. Mosaic is super fun. That's a good idea. Oh, and the other thing I found, Helen Kennedy, who did the Cold Pale Moon shawl that we did as a knit along in April, May, whenever we did that. She has a pattern.
March, April, May, June, July, August, because that's that whole one big long month where we were all home.
One of these might be really cool with her pattern. She has a new one somewhere I saw. Yeah, Helen Kennedy on Ravelry. Just look at her design. She loves mosaic, and she has several out there. That might be something I should look at too. Of course, then I always have a bajillion other things going. I have a couple socks, of course, always on the needle. The 2 shawl knit alongs with my daughters that I'm super duper behind on. Oh, Carol says I like to weave first so the ends are sort of felted during blocking. Felted? But another vote for long ends. Yes, leave long ends. Regardless.
That's how I feel too, Carol.
Yeah. Leave your long ends regardless of how you're going to do it. Just saying. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing I'll just make a little list here. I'll just write these things down. Another thing I need to do is find that Etsy shop that Carolyn told me about, where I was drooling over all the find your fade kits that I don't have a pencil. How can I not have a pencil? Okay, I got to find a pencil to write down. Remember to link you all to that Etsy store. Yeah. Oh, not to worry, Steph. Can't wait to watch this. Hope everybody's well. I hope that you all are doing fine. We're all doing fine. We're just hot and sick of it. I just want frost.
We're not all sick of it, people. Some of us love being hot.
I meant the people that live in my home when I said we.
Well, you said we collectively, and that could have meant me, and I'm not.
But you have air conditioning, don't you?
Yeah, but I still love the heat.
I had to work outside quite a bit this week on the farm, and it was no fun. It was no fun. Like, you feel like you need 3 showers. Yeah.
I had my first run-in with knitting with sweaty hands and wool yarn in the summer. That I heard people talk about it, but it never really happened to me. And I was knitting on this hat. I think it was at the grocery store, waiting for the groceries to, come out to my car. And it's hard. You can't move the wool because
it's nasty. It's
like,
nasty.
oh, this is hot. I couldn't imagine knitting a sweater, like being covered in a sweater while you're trying to.
Well, we did that this summer that we did the harvest cardigan, and we were like kind of draped in it for a while. Yeah. Oh, but you know what I thought of would be cool for that? If you had to knit through a sweater in the summertime and you didn't want to have all that on your lap, or you're knitting a blanket or something. Oh, Carolyn, thank you. I'm interrupting myself. Sorry. Carolyn says the name of the Etsy store is Cornbread and Honey. Thank you, Carolyn. You're the one that is the enabler. Right. So if you were knitting a sweater in the summer, though, you know those trays that you bring somebody a meal on, like breakfast in bed, and they have you could set that over your lap and put the whole sweater on that and still have like airflow on your lap.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
I kind of want one like that. Yeah. Fern, hi! I haven't heard from Fern in a long time. We've all of a sudden got people joining us an hour in, but that's fantastic. Greetings from Minnesota. Fern is one of our patrons too. Welcome. Thanks for the link, Lindsay. You're so link savvy. You're so fast. They have, oh my gosh. I might have to order one of those fade kits. I just keep thinking about it. For like the 3 months, I've been thinking about it. I can't get over it. That's a sign.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I have these impulse buys, but then I'm like, all right, I'll just think about it for a few days. But if I'm still thinking about it several months later, then it's probably not a passing phase.
What is that noise?
That's Peanut. He's crying because someone closed the door to his room. He's crying because he eats in our bedroom because the other cats will steal from him. But he doesn't like it when the door's closed. Jordan. Hi from Jordan. The mean jihad. That's not cool. Nobody should be mean. Knit Queen says, I'm sick of the heat. It comes with a great deal of humidity. No wool content at the moment. I know. Being humid is no fun. I know. Julie, I'm slow too. I don't knit very fast. I've thought over the years about learning to knit faster somehow, and I've been working on it, but I'm just not. Yeah. Miranda's drooling over the Starry Night Fade. Starry Night Fade. I'm going to have to look at that. Starry Night Fade. You know how I feel about fades. Love it. That was partly what was so fun about the Find Your Fade was the color melting. Didn't you love that? Lindsay, you loved it.
I did. The Starry Night Fade is one on Cornbread and Honeys.
It's really good that my husband doesn't keep track of these things. There'll be like a squishy package on the counter. He's like, is that more yarn? I'm like, oh. He's like, oh. And he walks away. He doesn't care. He doesn't keep track of any of that. As long as he gets what he wants, like he gets a new pair of socks on occasion, or like, oh, he needs it. He loved that Harriet's hat. Loved it. Took it right away. Wore it on the snowplow. The guys he works with were like, where'd you get that? That's cool. He's like, my wife made it. And they're like, oh. And I'm like, do not tell them that. They'll want. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that for him. No. I'm just reading them talking. Yes, chat amongst yourselves. Starry Night colorways. Okay. Well, what else do we have to talk about, or should we be done? Do we need dinner? I don't know.
I have to get stuff ready for tomorrow.
It is Sunday night. You know, there's work. Oh, okay. The Starry Night Fade is the one you bought. Now I get that. Now I know what you're talking about. For a second, I thought Miranda was talking about a specific pattern. Then I realized it was a colorway at the Cornbread and Honey shop. So I was momentarily confused, which happens frequently. Right. I know. Monday. It's Monday. Start of a new week. But
pretty much we're gonna make it a great one.
It is
lots of knitting, some finishes. Some happy new beginnings.
And I'll think about that next knit along felted clog thing. So that takes, let's talk about that again for a second. That takes, let's see, about 600 yards of worsted weight, feltable 100% wool. Is that right? About 600, depending on the size you're knitting, obviously, for an adult.
Look at mine.
But hold up your clogs again, will you? So you would think, looking at that, you would think that you would need to have more of the green than you did the gray. But that is in fact not the case for our viewers, because you're knitting a double sole. So you need 60% of your wool is going to be the cuff and the soles, because there's 2 layers of soles, which make them so squishy and nice to walk on. And then the only part that is the top of the foot, that's the contrasting color. And that's only 30% of all of the yarn that you're using. So
I have gotten to the point where I do my soles in a light gray and a dark gray. And then I can always have extras And then you can take the other thing that's nice to do is make a Tweety. So when you have extras of this, you can take one color and you have extras of another and do it. And it gets like a little Tweety look.
Yeah. I did that one time for myself. I had all these leftovers from all the 30 some odd pairs I've made from everybody else. And I made scrappy ones for myself. And I felt it just like a big marbly mishmash. And those were mine. I wore those for like a year. Yeah. Cool. All right. You guys have a good week.
Have a great week.
Have a wonderful week. Thanks for meeting me for live stream. It's awesome.
Yay.
Happy knitting, friends.
Oh, Me-Ann. My name, not
Right.
me, from Jordan. Winter's on the way. Looking forward for love knitting sweatshirts too. Thank you for clarifying that. You know, in my ignorant American dialect, I don't know how to pronounce people's names. So I appreciate that because, you know, I'm ignorant. I don't know how that works. Like I tried hard to pronounce a French name earlier and butchered it. So thank you for making that comment. All right. You guys have a good evening. And we'll chat later. Bye.